And empanadas are actually served everywhere in South America and Central America with a variety of fillings, meats, cheeses, tuna. But we decided to do dessert empanadas.
So, as an example, in Argentina, they're served at parties. The ones we decided to make are from Panama, and they're served for holidays such as Christmas or birthdays.
Okay, and here I am peeling and I'm going to slice Granny Smith apples. We have 5 large ones.
Right now we are slicing the apples that we peeled and cored. This is a mixture of 15 milliliters of cinnamon, 80 milliliters of brown sugar, and 45 milliliters of granulated sugar. So here we are adding the last ingredient to the apple and cinnamon and sugar mixture, which is 15 milliliters of vanilla.
Okay, actually the last ingredient is flour. We're putting 45 milliliters of flour into the mixture. And then the next thing we do is microwave the apples.
Okay, so we are microwaving the apple mixture to soften the apples.
For 2.5 minutes.
Yes.
Okay, so now the apples are done heating up, softening, so we're taking them out of the microwave. And now we have to let them cool. Okay, in this bowl we have 950 milliliters of flour and 5 milliliters of salt.
Okay, here I am adding 180 milliliters of oil to our mixture that will eventually be dough. And here we are adding 80 milliliters of milk, again to the same solution that will be dough.
And now we're adding 80 milliliters of lukewarm water into the flour, salt, oil, and milk. And now I'm going to stir it. Okay, and now we are kneading the dough,
to which we have added the yeast, so it should rise.
Okay, so now we're rolling out the dough, so we can start to fill the empanadas. Now we've started to cut out the dough, and we're beginning to fill the empanadas.
Okay, so here I'm assembling the empanadas and brushing them with egg white. Those are the ones I've done.
So we made our empanadas, we rolled out the dough and added the filling, folded them up and brushed them with egg wash, and they're just about ready to go into the oven. The empanadas are now in the oven, baking at 191 degrees Celsius for 20 minutes. Here are our empanadas fresh out of the oven. Cooking and baking actually have a lot of science concepts behind them. We're going to explain a few.
To start with, yeast is a single-cell fungus that is dormant until it hits warm water. Once that happens, it gets activated and starts feeding on the sugars in flour and releases carbon dioxide, which makes air bubbles, which makes the bread rise. Okay, starch is about 70% of flour, and that also helps. When starch molecules are attacked by the enzymes in flour, they release the sugars that the yeast feeds on.
Now for the science behind microwaves. Microwaves use electromagnetic radiation to cook food. The metal box, the microwave oven, is the microwaves themselves hit the inside of it and reflect off the box and are absorbed by the food. And when it's absorbed, the moisture molecules in the food vibrate very rapidly, 2.5 billion times per second, and the friction causes the heat, which makes the food cook very quickly.
Okay, so our last science concept is the acidity of apples. Apples are about a 3 to 4 on the pH scale, which is the same as oranges. Okay, so we have made the empanadas and explained all the science behind it, so thank you for watching our video.